Welcome back. I'm Clover Frederick, your host for Shape of the City. We all have busy lives, and keeping healthy is becoming more of a challenge. How great would it be to have help with our health in our workplace? Some companies have the help of an organization called WorkWell. To tell us more about it, I'm joined by Tonya Vhylidal, Director of WorkWell, and Sherri Juricek, who's the Wellness Coordinator at Arbor Day Foundation. Thank you both for joining us today. Now, Tonya, tell us a little bit more about WorkWell.
WorkWell is a wellness council. It's an organization that's a not-for-profit. We have what we call a membership base. People pay a membership fee to belong to our organization, and then we provide technical expertise, programming, consultation, anything that they would need related to wellness and health promotion. We have about 100 members here in the state of Nebraska that we support, and we can go on site, they can call us, we have an internet where they can gain access. So we do everything we can possible to help organizations develop, enhance, build their wellness programs.
So tell me, what are some of the benefits of an employer to joining WorkWell?
Well, we provide many benefits to our employers for being members of WorkWell. We provide training to help them institutionalize their programs. So from A to B, how does that look when you're trying to develop and implement a wellness program in your organization, which includes the leadership support that we talked about before. Additionally, we do other trainings, whether it be webinar-based, on-site, to the employer, at our location, in a multitude of different areas of wellness, whether it be about benefit design, tobacco cessation, managing your healthcare plan, actual health programs, health promotion programs in general on nutrition, physical activity, emotional wellness, things like that. We also provide networking at our location, and we provide that on a web-based platform as well, so they can do webinars to get engaged and interact and learn about benchmark institutions and what they're doing and make those comparisons. We have an awards and recognitions program. We also do consultations independently for organizations. We will go on site and support programs and develop programs to be interventions for companies. And I think the number one benefit that we have is it's a common place for people of a similar mindset to come together and really learn from each other, communicate with each other, get ideas, and just grow as a professional.
Okay, great. So these wellness programs that are happening within these companies, what are some of the challenges that they're facing amongst their employees?
The number one challenge I would say is financial resources. Many times, and you'll hear about this, that you are dealing with possibly a zero-based budget. So how can we help support them in developing and promoting health, promoting good health, I guess would be the right way to put that, with very few financial resources and potentially very few people resources, right? So that's where we come into play, is to help kind of fill in the gaps and support them. The other thing is that healthcare as we know it is becoming more increasingly expensive year over year. And oftentimes, health promotion can get shoved aside for risk management, sick care, and things along that lines. So selling why it's so important to have a resource like WorkWell or to institutionalize wellness is incredibly important.
Okay. Well, tell us some of the biggest rewards you've seen.
The biggest rewards that we see are really in the transformations that take place at the individual level of the organization. We're very fortunate because of our relationship with our organizations to be able to see what the impact is on the individual, and then into their family, obviously, and then into the community. Beyond that, also, the organization itself will transform. If it really has a strong presence of wellness in the organization, if there's leadership support, there's a strong champion, we're going to see the culture of the organization change, where it's more friendly. It's a work environment that people want to come to. It magnetizes people, positive people, and then also reduction of overall costs related to just people themselves. So whether it's healthcare, workers' compensation, retention, all of those things. Those are the things we see.
Can you share some success stories with us?
Yeah, I'm going to let Sherri talk about Arbor Day today, but we, as WorkWell, have been the administrators and facilitators of the Governor's Wellness Award for the state. So I see lots of stories, right, across the state. But locally, institutions such as Duncan Aviation, right, they're seeing, I mean, if you know the name Duncan Aviation, it's one of those things where you're like, wow, it's a really great place for people to work, okay? People want to work there because it's a positive work culture, the benefits are good, on-site medical care, on-site fitness facilities, so that's an example. And then you get all the way into like Lincoln Electrical System. It's partially governed by the city, but yet people want to work there because they have such a good wellness program, and it's really helped transform their work environment to make it a real positive environment because it's stressful to work under those conditions. So those would be two local examples that I can think of. Across the state, we're seeing it with healthcare systems. Mary Lanning Healthcare in Hastings, they have won awards for the fact that their staff needs the care as much as the people, right? So those are just a few examples.
Okay, very good.
Thanks.
Well, Sherri, let's talk a little bit about
Okay.
Arbor Day Foundation.
Yeah.
Give us a little background on the Arbor Day Foundation.
The Arbor Day Foundation actually plants millions of trees every year to help with global issues like clean water, clean air, temperature control, hunger, poverty. And we have two locations. One is our headquarters in our Lincoln office, and then we have a huge Arbor Day farm in Nebraska City. And with that, we have over 350 people that love where they work, the enthusiastic culture that we have. And with that, we want to help them further their lives with us. And so we have developed our wellness program. And at the foundation, we really care about our employees' health and wellness and their families also. So we've developed a wellness program about 5 years ago that is a pretty complex program. We first of all started out with a points-based program for about 2 years and then developed it into an outcomes-based program that actually is tied to their medical premiums.
Great. Now, how did WorkWell help you implement this program?
WorkWell has been a great help. We work with a number of different vendors, but they actually partnered with us to begin with to actually form and model our wellness program. We went to seminars that they held, informational meetings that they held. We attended webinars that they've held. They've actually developed some of our intervention programs that we've used for our wellness program after we've actually done our health screens. We've partnered with a couple of vendors, which was Good Life Fitness and the Ambassador Wellness Center in Nebraska City also.
Great. Tell us some of the results you've seen with your employees and their families.
We've seen great results. For the past 5 years of our program going, we have had a number of employees that have actually gone from the at-risk to the healthy side of their wellness. And a couple of examples, we had about 3 years ago, we had an employee that was quite at risk with her health, and she actually participated in one of our intervention programs, and she just qualified for the Boston Marathon last year.
Wow, that's a great story.
We implemented a smoking cessation program last year. For the first time, we had a number of employees and family members go through that program, and as of to date, we have 8 team members and family members that have actually quit smoking.
That's great. Very good. What would you suggest for another company or a large nonprofit like yourself who is thinking about starting a wellness program? What suggestions do you have for them?
I guess to begin with, if you've never done one, I would keep it simple. And that's why we started out with a points-based program. That way you can actually do activities for all walks of life, because not everybody is physical activity and nutrition. You know, some people need emotional balance, financial balance, you know, so we kind of touched on all of the different aspects of life to develop our program to begin with. And once we kind of had down where people's interests were and what motivated them, we actually switched over then to the outcomes program that actually is tied to our medical insurance premiums. And so I would say the first thing is to kind of keep it pretty simple and start out slow, because people have to get on board and you have to have a buy-in from the top down in order to get the program going and to keep the program sustainable.
Great, very good. Now, Tonya, how can companies or nonprofits find out more about joining WorkWell?
Sure, they can go to www.nesafetycouncil.org, and WorkWell is a tab on that page because we're a division of the Nebraska Safety Council. They can contact me direct at 402-483-2511, and I'd be happy to speak with them to see if it's a good fit for them and to see if we could help them.
Great. Now, what's coming up on the future for WorkWell?
Yeah, we every year annually we do the Governor's Award for Wellness across the state of Nebraska. We are the facilitators and administrators of that process. So we are preparing for that to kick off in March. We're very excited about that. Last year we had 50 companies. The year before that we had 50 companies across the state. So we're hoping to match or move upon that this year. The nice thing about the Governor's Award is that it really gives people an idea of how to institutionalize wellness in their organization, gets them ready, and helps them use the evidence-based model. So it was designed to help organizations across the state get their programs moving, get them along, okay? The other part of that is it provides recognition, which is really important to companies. And then secondly, our Wellness Legacy Awards. The Governor's Award is for companies, recognition for companies. Wellness Legacy Awards is recognition for those individuals that are championing the efforts. And we're very excited about that. This will be the first year of that.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you both for joining us and for motivating us to get healthy at work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Shape of the City is dedicated to helping Lincoln stay informed of health and wellness topics and events. Visit our calendar at lincoln.ne.gov, keyword 10health. If you'd like to see your event covered, email us at 10healthlincoln@gmail.com.